Hello and welcome to BierTier, the German engineer. Today we are back with a new pre-release game to the channel, and that game is The Wandering Village. And yes, you have heard that right, the game is in pre-release. It has not released yet on Steam, but it will release in early access on September 14th, 2022 at 9 AM PDT. The indie developer Stray Fawn Studio has reached out to me. They are located in Switzerland and asked me to give an honest review. For that they gave me a pre-release key, and they gave me also 2 more keys that I can give away to you guys. So if you're interested in winning those keys, go down into the description, click the link and follow the instructions. It's that simple. The more entries you have, the higher your chances to win. And of course, what we are going to do is we're going to give an honest review. If I love the game, I love it. If I hate the game, I hate it. It's that simple. Nobody told me what to say. Nobody paid me anything. That is how this is going to roll. So let's just jump right into it and see how that works out for us. And here we are in the Start New Game screen, and we can choose between Novice, Adept and Veteran. And this one here is recommended for first-time players, so that is what we are going to do. We're going to follow the recommendation of the developer. That probably makes the most sense. We're going to give it a name, and we just name it Beet. So let's see what happens.
Driven from our homes by the toxic spores, we kept wandering, looking for shelter. But not in our wildest dreams did we imagine what we would find.
And here we are in the game with the tutorial, so let's get started. Hello friend, I am the village elder and in charge of the good people here. Our people, the Niomans, have traveled far and endured many hardships throughout the years. But now we have come across an onbu, an ancient beast believed to have gone extinct centuries ago. Our encounter must have been fated. It has most likely been asleep in the ground for a very long time. Maybe it woke up because the toxins kept seeping further and further into the earth. So let's continue. The poor thing seems exhausted and has gone back to sleep for now. I once read that onbu draw their nutrients from the ground, so I wonder if it can sustain itself out here. Seems like we need to take care of each other from now on. My experience has brought our people here, but now it is time for you to take over and lead them to a better place. To ease the transition, I could teach you a little of what I've learned. Tutor you even. A tutorial, so to say. What do you think? Smart guy over there, isn't he? Well, we will thankfully accept your help, good sir. So here we are. We have the Elder's Notebook, and apparently we have to open it. So let's do exactly that. Okay, here we have apparently the goals, the camera movement, and all the important stuff. My goodness. Okay, there's apparently already a lot of stuff in this game, and I'm sure we will get to it eventually. Like the food, for example, the herbs, the sand. So apparently we can get all sorts of resources. We can of course move the camera around with WASD, who could have seen that one coming, and we can change the game speed. We can pause it, we can set it to 1 times, 2 times, and 4 times. That is pretty neat, not gonna lie. So let's set it back to 1 time speed, and then let's see, enter the onbu view. So let's do that as well. Okay, so we can see the entire onbu. Apparently onbu is just sleeping right now. And we can also go to the world map and we can see where onbu is going. That's pretty cool. That is actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. Next on the list, construct at least 6 tents. Okay, so let's go into the building menu, and the tents are apparently right here, and we can zoom out a little bit and can take a look around here. Let's see what's going on up here. So apparently we have this limited space here, wondering if that is expanding later on or something. I guess there's only one way to find out, by playing the game. So let's plop down 6 of those things here when we hold the shift key. Apparently we can just place them like this, and then let's unpause the game, and our guys here will take the wood and start building their own tents. That is pretty cool, and that is pretty simple. Nothing fancy yet, but I'm sure we will get to more exciting stuff in a little bit. 4 tents, and here we have all 6 tents constructed. We need to harvest some wood and construct at least 8 tents. Okay, so if I want to build 2 more, it is complaining here with those flags because we don't have any wood. We can see it here on the top left. 0 wood, 100 berries, 30 stone, and 100 water. So let's see if we can find us more wood. That's probably a smart idea. Here, for example, is a bunch of wood. If I press the H key, I can just select them and make sure that our guys are going ahead and harvesting them. So let's do exactly that. Yes, this one here is also in there. And let's get all this wood here in. And let's take a look here. Anbu is still sleeping. All right. But at the same time, let's speed it up a little bit because 1 speed, we are still going to be here next week. And we don't have until next week because that game is going to release on the 14th. So let's make sure we get the video out by then. Here we go. Looking pretty good. They're grabbing all of the logs, coming over and building us 2 more tents, which should make a total of 8. Wonderful. What is next on the list here? Place a berry gatherer. Let's slow it down a little bit and actually pause it. Let's find some berries. Okay, over here we have a bunch of berries. Down here we have a bunch of berries. And over here we have even more berries. Let's see, where are the berries? Here, berry gatherer. Efficiency 40%. Can we place it anywhere where it gets some more than 40? Yeah, that's actually a hell of a lot worse. Here we have 49. That would be pretty decent actually. Down here, yeah, we're probably just gonna have that thing all the way over here. 49%, yeah, I'm gonna take that. It is a little bit far away from all of our tents right here, but that is okay. No problem at all. I think that should work just fine. So let's plop it down and let's see what happens. It turns out we do not have enough wood, so we need to cut down a few more trees. Here we have more trees, so that's exactly what we are going to do. Somehow I am used to pressing G, probably from too much oxygen not included. So I'm pressing, unfortunately, the G button, and the G button opens up the Elder's Notebook instead of actually, well, G is digging in oxygen not included. Right here, it's H. So I need to get used to that, but that is all good. So let's cut down those trees here and then we can hopefully finish our berry gatherer. But at the same time, it also says construct a farm. So apparently those dots around the farm here mean that we probably need to plot out some land. So we're probably just going to put it down here and then we're going to go ahead and get rid of these trees here as well to give more than enough space for our farm to actually grow some stuff. That is for right now the general idea. The farm is constructed as well as the berry gatherer, and the next one here in our tutorial says assign plots to your farms and set the amount of workers in your farm to 3. So we can set the workers right here. The sort of UI is very intuitive. I like that. There's not a hell of a lot of explaining needed. It just works right out of the box. That's how that should be. And we're just going to plot some stuff down here. How about something like this here? Should be enough for right now. And we're going to say make us some beets. Apparently we are planting beets. Apparently we don't have anything else to choose from or nothing. At least not that I can tell. But it seems to be working. We're planting beets and the beets are growing. That is very, very good. Okay, let's pause the game again and let's take a look here. Construct at least 2 air wells. Not entirely sure what an air well is, so let's take a look here. Automatically extracts water from the air. Works better at high humidity levels. No water is produced in deserts. Okay, that is also an interesting concept. Not entirely sure what technical feat you used to accomplish that, but we were going to take it. And just to make it look a little bit nicer, why don't we put a road in here? The roads cost apparently nothing, at least I don't see anything, so we might as well put them along here. And we need wood and stone. We have neither. That is of course an issue. Where do we get stone from? Right here? Yes. Right there, boulder can be mined for a stone by an adjacent quarry. We do not have a quarry. So we're probably just gonna grab these stones right here, and you saw it there for a second. I pressed once again G. Muscle memory is hard to overcome, I'm not gonna lie. It is what it is though. Well, I will get used to it eventually, I promise. So let's cut down a few trees, let's get us some stones, and then let's build those 2 air wells right here. And our 2 air wells are now built. What is next? Construct a water tank, a pantry, and the material storage. Let's just notice these trees here. Some of them have a different color. What is going on here? So this is a tree, fully grown tree, ready to be harvested to gain wood. Well, okay, that makes sense. And you here are a large mother tree. Still growing mother tree that can already be harvested but doesn't produce offspring yet. Okay, so maybe these mother trees here are producing fresh forests. So we should probably try to leave them up for right now. There are not too many around, but also we have a very limited space. So if we run out of wood, that should be an issue. And I also don't see how we're gonna get more stones in. We really don't have a hell of a lot of stones around here, do we? I don't see a hell of a lot. Down here a few more, but it's not a lot. So we will see how that works out for us in the long run. But let's take a look. We need a water tank. Okay. I guess we're just gonna plop that on the other side of these here. That makes probably the most sense. We also need a pantry. Okay, gonna plop that one down as well. And the material storage. Okay, the material storage is half the size, exactly half the size of the water tank or the pantry. So you know what, I'm just gonna plop down 2. There we go. And we don't have any resources. We are low on wood, but our people are already on it and cutting down more trees for us. Okay, so far, so good. And our pantry is being built and our water tank is next on the list. I hope we have enough resources. Those trees here have now grown up, so we could also get rid of those 2 right here and get us a little bit more wood in for our water tank. I don't want to cut down too much. I feel like the resources here are gonna run out so quickly. That is really worrisome, I'm not gonna lie, and I do not know yet what to do about it, so we're gonna go about it a little bit conservative, I guess, and we will see what happens. But also what I love and what I just noticed is when I zoom out here, let's close this here. We can see Onbu walking along his path here, but at the same time we can still see our village going full force here in real time. That is actually really cool, I'm not gonna lie about it. And look at this light effects here. Okay, so far I'm pretty impressed about this game here in early access, or better to say, not even released yet, but in this exact state here in early access very, very soon. But okay, we have our next little tutorial piece here. Construct a research building and select kitchen for research. Okay, research building right here enables researching new buildings and technologies for 10 wood and 10 stone. Alright, cool. We're gonna do exactly that. And why don't we start another row right here? Maybe it makes most sense to keep the buildings sorted by their size. So this one here has a total of 4 and this one here has a total of 3. So let's go ahead and give this road here another nudge and plop it in kind of like this here. Let's build it in some sort of grid. I don't know, maybe that's gonna look good, maybe that's efficient. We are going to find out one way or another for sure. So let's see what this here looks like when it's done. We're still constructing our research building, but I wanted to take a look around what else we have here. So apparently we have those giant trunks right here, which have 200 wood in it, but can be mined for wood by an adjacent sawmill. So these here give us wood, 200 a piece, and we have a couple of those around. 2 of them, 3 of them. Yeah, that is apparently it. We only have 3 of them. Well, that is not a hell of a lot, but it's better than nothing. And these boulders here also have 200 in it, but need a quarry, which we probably have to research. I already clicked through here on the bottom. We do not have a quarry or a sawmill. And then we have these things right here. A Onbu spike, which has 30 stones in it. Can be harvested, but reduces Onbu trust. I'm not entirely sure where the gauge is for trust. I have looked around. We have here a poison level, a hunger level, and a sleepiness level, but I don't see really a trust level. We have toxicity, humidity, and temperature up here on the top. We have a beats per minute, a heart rate for our Onbu, and we can see what the current time is. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that works, so I'm going to leave those spikes here alone until I actually know what the heck is going on. But we will figure it out. And the research building is now done, so we can select the research, and it is asking for a kitchen, so we will go get us a kitchen. Mix berries, beets, and Onbu blood into processed food. Onbu blood. Now that is a little bit disturbing, but we will see how that looks. Next on the list is construct a worker post. Okay, a worker post we have right here, and it is the same size building as our research post. So not right there, please. That is not the right location. We're gonna plop it right here, and we will see what this here does exactly. I have a feeling it will just give a little buff or something to our workers probably, because it seems like everybody's doing everything right now. So we can probably just separate them out a little bit. Yeah, used to manage workers, make them specialize as transporters, harvesters, or builders. Workers in this building get a small movement speed boost. Yeah, okay, that is what I figured. And we can see one is already in there, a second one's coming. And we have now 2 people in there, and it asks us to make them carriers. Okay, now they're carriers. Cool. Employ at least 3 workers as general workers in your worker post. Okay, so let's make it general workers and let's make it 3 of them. What do we have here? You encountered a small group of nomads looking for a new home. Will you let them join your village? Awaiting your decision. Click to decide. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take them. More people probably can't hurt. May run a little bit low on food or something, but other than that we should be fine. And those tents here, housing for up to 2 villagers. Right here we have the population details, and when I click on it, let's see, what do we have here? Total people, total housing, 16 and 16. So apparently we do not, no, I just updated. Total people 18, total housing 16. So we need to build one more tent and one more piece of road. One, I said, not an entire row. And that should then make all the people happy, because they should have now a home. All right, so far we're looking good. Next on the list, we need a carpenter and a stone cutter. Where's that at? Raw resources, refined resources. Okay, so we have a carpenter and a stone cutter right here. And those buildings have a completely different shape. They are basically as big as two normal buildings. So we're just going to plop one over here, which this one is the carpenter. And the stone cutter we're going to plop right beside it. And we're just going to put, where are the dirt roads? Right here. A few roads all around it. There we go. That should be all right. That should make it look halfway decent, and at the same time one more piece right here to make it all look nice and uniform. Alright, so far so good. Let's get this here built, and at the same time apparently we have to dig up a few more of our trees here. So let's do precisely that. Only the large trees though, because the other ones that are still growing don't give us anything from the looks of it. And up here on the top we have a few more stones. You know what, let's get them all, but leave the onbu, what were those you called? Spikes. That's right, the onbu spikes, we're gonna leave those alone. Alright, so far so good. And our stone cutter and our carpenter are now done, and apparently they use 3 stones to make 2 stone slabs, and they use 3 wood to make 2 wood planks. Okay, and they can store up to 20 wood. Okay. They are going to use all of our wood, aren't they? And the next thing here says, just wait for kitchen research to finish. How far along are we? 98%, 99%, and we are done. And now we can choose between the village doctor and the scavenger hut. And the village doctor only takes 2 days, where the scavenger hut takes 2 days and 8 hours. And this one here has a star. I'm just assuming the star is good. So we are going to do that for right now. We can probably at least, can we switch? Let's see here, show research tree. Yeah, we might actually take a look at this here. Okay, so we have 3 different trees here on the top. We have village, resources, and onbu. And we have actually a few things in here that we can research. So we have a cactus plantation, tomato plantation, corn plantation, and wheat. And wheat then goes on to a windmill to get some flour out of it, and then a bakery to make some bread. Okay, interesting. We can get us a hut probably instead of a tent. That is also probably not that bad. Here's our village doctor that we just selected. In resources, we have a dung collector. Collects dung from onbu, which can be used to produce biogas and fertilizer. Okay, wow. Bile extractor. Extracts bile from onbu's gallbladder. I'm not sure if he's too happy about that, not gonna lie. But here's our quarry, here's our sawmill. So that's probably a pass we need to take here very shortly to make sure we have the resources we need. And in onbu, we have the hornblower, used to issue commands to onbu, which it may or may not follow. Allows you to click on crossroads on the world map to decide which way to go. Okay, we have a doctor for onbu, we have a kitchen for onbu. Onbu feeding trebuchet. Food liquefier. Makes onbu food into liquid onbu food for the feeding pump. Onbu constipator. Oh god. Okay, so that is going deep. Yeah, we will probably have to learn a little bit about this game, but for now we just stay on our wonderful doctor. Next on the list is we need to build this kitchen here. So what is the size of that kitchen? And the kitchen fits perfectly right here. So let's plop the kitchen right there. Put in a few more roads just so it all looks nice and uniform. And then what does it need? Okay, so this kitchen here needs wood planks and stone slabs. So our carpenters and our stone cutter are hard at work to get that done. So let's wait for this here to finish, and then we will see what we can do next. And our kitchen here is still building. Yes, that is good. And okay, the research is done. And we can choose between the scavenger hut and the hornblower. 2 days and 8 hours versus 3 days, and the star is on the scavenger hut. Send out workers to scavenge rare resources and find new villages. That's probably a smart idea. Yes, we're gonna go definitely with the scavenger hut. But notice that the color scheme of the entire game has changed. That is because it says here onbu has entered a jungle biome. And when we zoom out, we can see he is now here in this kind of greenish area, which is apparently a jungle biome. And the jungle biome makes the entire thing look a little bit more greenish. I really like that. Honestly, that gives it a little bit of a better feel. And when we zoom all the way in, look at those kind of 2D, kind of 3D graphics. That is actually really nice. I actually like this style here quite a lot. Look at how everything moves around. Let me close this here. That is quite interesting to see. I like this kind of art style. That is a really good idea that our friends in Switzerland have. I love it. And how are we looking at our kitchen? We need 2 more stone slabs. Our stone cutter here is hard at work, and our kitchen here should be done any second. So let's see what happens then. And the stone slabs are done. Here's a worker bringing it over, and our kitchen is being constructed. That is awesome. We can hear a little bit of thunder in the background, can't we? So let's pause it real quick and let's take a look here. So we can make a berry muesli and we can make a beet soup. What do we have more of? We have more beets. So let's take our beets and make them into soup. That's probably the smartest thing. Is that all we can do? Yes, it is. All right. So let's do that. What is next? Village doctor. Okay, so that's probably why it had a star, because it was next on the tutorial list. Anyway, we need to go construct a herbalist, assign plots to the herbalist, research the village doctor, which we already did, and construct a village doctor. Okay, herbalist, where are you hiding? Let's see here. Here is the village doctor and the herbalist. The herbalist, of course, needs a lot of plotting space again. Where can we smack him? Where do we have enough space where he doesn't disturb anything? Probably up here in the corner somewhere. I can't imagine that we need too much of that stuff, at least not right now. I haven't seen any toxicity. We can see here, Onbu is currently lying down. Ground toxicity is none. If Onbu was standing, air toxicity would apply. Currently also none. So that's probably not the highest priority in the world. We don't even put a way in here, that's fine. But it needs wood and stone, and we are once again low on wood. That seems to be a recurring theme here. So let's get rid of this patch up here as well. Don't really want to touch those berry bushes here yet, because I don't know if we need them later, so we're gonna leave them where they are and see what happens then. But we can probably already start on constructing the village doctor as well while we are at it. There he is, and that thing is huge. My goodness, my man, do you really need that much space? Not entirely sure about that, but we're gonna plop you up here, and that should get the job done. Our next research is here, and we can choose what we are doing. And it says next on the list will be the hornblower. Actually, it has a star everywhere. Okay, so it has a star for the cactus. It has a, okay, it just has a star for each of these ones here, whatever the game thinks is best to do next, I guess. Dung collector. I really don't want the dung collector, but I do want the sawmill. You know what? Let's go with the hornblower. Screw it. We're gonna invest those 3 days for a hornblower, and when we have the hornblower, then we're gonna go down the resource path. That is for sure. Unless this tutorial here tells us something different. By the way, you probably noticed I'm not gonna read all this stuff right here, because it is pretty self-explanatory, but it is usually on the screen long enough so you can read it. So if you're interested in what it says, just pause the game and read it. There's absolutely no issue with that, and I just leave it open while we play, unless we're looking at something specific. Something else that I just noticed is when we take a look at our farm here, we have an inventory of 20 beets, and up here we have an inventory of 50 beets. So, yeah, that is apparently a problem. We probably need another pantry just so we can stay a little bit easier afloat here. So I'm going to plop it over here, and I'm going to put in a dirt road. Let's just make it all the way over to the same length as we have our tents right here for right now. And then let's go from there, just so we can store a little bit more food. That probably never hurts. And our village doctor here is now built, and it says disable buildings. The village doctor doesn't have anything to do as long as none of your villages are poisoned. Yep, that is what I expected. Apparently we have 2 people working in that thing. Yeah, we don't need that, and we are going to disable it with that little lock button right here, just as they're saying. And then scavenging is next on the list. Yeah, that was the last thing that we researched. So we already did that. Research the scavenger hut, then construct the scavenger hut. So let's do that, but where? Okay, I can only do that all the way on the outside, kind of around here. Okay, that is fine. We're just gonna plop it. Yeah, why wouldn't we just plop it up here, for example? That is perfectly fine. And look at this here, it just works out with our road that we can get it all the way up there as well. And the dirt road here doesn't just make it look nicer, but also at the same time, so villagers move slightly faster on dirt roads. So slightly faster movement makes it more efficient, and that is definitely always a good thing. Very good. Let's see what it looks like when the scavenger hut here is done. We once again need wood planks and stone slabs, which means probably I need to tear up a few more of those stones here and probably cut down a few more trees. I'm really worried about the resource situation, not gonna lie, but we will see how it goes. The next research is here. It says cactus plantation next. Learn how to grow cacti at your farm. Cacti are an alternative water source in hot climates. So when we're going into a non-humid climate, we can plant cacti to actually get some water in. Takes 1 day to research. That's not that bad. But we're gonna go first for a dung collector to at least get us a little bit closer to our sawmill right here. So let's get this one here done first, and we just hope we are not getting into an arid climate. That would be an issue. But we will just roll with it. And we have another piece right here, onboard commands. Construct the hornblower. So the hornblower is researched. Let's grab it. And this one here, we can only construct all the way in the front. Kind of makes sense, so you can actually hear our commands. Yeah, right. That makes actually perfect sense. So let's just go all the way down here, straight through, and plop it over here. And it needs wood and wood planks. Do we have wood? Yes. Do we have wood planks? No, because our scavenger hut just sucked all of them up. But that is okay. Those will probably get done relatively at the same time, which is perfectly fine. And now the scavenger hut is constructed, as well as the hornblower, but we don't have any people for our hornblower. But we can definitely send out a scavenging mission. So let's click on the scavenger hut and say open map. And what do we have here? We have a settlement. One of only a few remaining settlements that has not yet been swallowed by the poisonous plants. Some villagers might want to join us on Onbu depending on our village's happiness. Our villagers are very happy, so they should be able to join us, and it takes 12 hours to get here. This one here is the same thing, but it only takes 5 hours. So okay, we should probably go over here. We need more people. Clearly we cannot even fill our hornblower, so we send a party over to the nearest one, and we will see if we can get a few people in. So let's do that right away. And let's see what happens. We are scavenging, are we? Yes, there it goes. And it goes extremely fast because 5 hours pass in absolutely no time. And we will see what happens when this here is full. And it is probably not even worth a skip because it's so fast. So we're just gonna wait and see what happens when this bar here reaches 100%. And there it is. And it says awaiting decision. We can click here. Your scavengers interfere with a shaman ritual of the native tribe of the settlement. Furious, they start threatening your people, insisting that you provide a sacrifice for another ritual immediately. They want 15 bread from us. Grab what you can and run away. Run to safety. Okay, we'll grab what we can. We get the hell out of there. And we got 21 herbs. I really wanted some people, but well, here we are. That is a little bit sad, but it is what it is. And we have another tutorial here. Bring back knowledge from a scavenging mission. Knowledge. Okay, so let's take a look here. What else do we have here? We have forests, which brings wood or mushrooms. We have quarries, which brings stones. So maybe that is how we get in the long run and more resources. That could be the solution to the problem. And down here we have a shrine. A place that holds an ancient artifact containing forgotten knowledge. Okay, so apparently that is what we're supposed to do. So let's do precisely that. Doesn't give us any people, but the tutorial says let's do it. And we have another decision, not sure where that comes from, but oh, you encountered a group of nomads looking for a new home. Some are poisoned and will die soon. Will you let them join your village? Yes, because we have our doctor. So we have 1 healthy person and 2 poisoned people, which means we need to turn our village doctor back on right away. Hopefully he gets some herbs in, and then he can hopefully heal those 2 people that we just grabbed. Let's see. Here we have a poisoned person, it looks like. And the poisoned person is going in. But we need herbs. And he's grabbing herbs, coming back out. And probably healing himself. No? Not entirely sure what's happening here. Okay. Where are you going? Oh, you're going over here because we have a badly poisoned person. So the doctor comes to the poisoned person and not the other way around. Yes, now it is removed. Okay, cool. So now we can take a look at what our hornblower does. We can look at the interactions. We can tell him to lay down, walk, or run. Okay, interesting. For right now, I don't think we have to do anything. So that should be pretty fine. But at the same time, we now also have homeless people, so we need more tents. So let's plop in another 3 just for a little bit of future proofing so I don't have to mess with it every single time, and extend our roads over. And then right here we need to stop because there we have those horns. So this here is the maximum space we have available for this little area, and that is fine. Yeah, those horns here. I do not want Onbu to trust us less. And you know what, screw it, we're gonna put in 1 more tent. Once again, just for a little bit more of a symmetrical layout. Our research was just completed, so let's take a look here. The sawmill is going to be next, but first, just to be safe, I don't want to run out of water, so we need to make sure that we get a cactus plantation in. So let's get this one here researched real quick, only takes a day, and then we will keep on going. And apparently our scavengers came back with 1 knowledge. That is very good. Not entirely sure where I see how much knowledge I have. Maybe in here or in here somewhere. Yes, here. Knowledge 1. We have now 1 knowledge, and we can now, for example, research the sawmill. So that is very good. The sawmill needs 1 and the quarry needs 1, so we need to find another one. So let's send our scavengers right back out. And let's see, we have another piece of knowledge back here, but at the same time we have a forest nearby, only 4 hours. So we're gonna send our party right there and we will see what we get back. That is going to be interesting. I hope it's a bunch of wood. We have another decision to make apparently, so let's take a look. Yes, we are right here and we met some wildlings. After a long walk through the woods, your scavengers encounter a group of wildlings. We come in peace, we should give them something valuable. 20 iron. We don't even have iron. What better way to make friends than to eat together? We'll let them taste something they have never eaten before. Bread. We also don't have bread. We shouldn't mingle with these savages who condemn all technology. Let's leave. That is a little bit sad, but we don't have bread and we don't have iron, so there's nothing we can do. We just have to leave them alone. So let's come back here and let's send them right back out. What else do we have here? We have another village, another shrine. So let's send them to the shrine and get us another piece of knowledge in, so we can then eventually go get us a quarry. And the next research, so we're gonna go back into our research tree, and this time we will definitely go for the sawmill, since we didn't get any wood from when we met those wildlings, which is not what I hoped for, but now we can get the sawmill and that should help us out greatly. But I believe this here is a pretty good stopping point for today. This is a very nice first look of what the game is about. And if you are interested, of course, in seeing more about the game, please like the video and of course let me know in the comments down below, so I do know that you are interested in another episode. Because for right now, this is just a short overlook of what's going on here. And when we take a look, for example, into this research building right here, there's a hell of a lot more things to do. Down here all around the bottom, we have a laboratory used to create complex substances to be used as medicine. My goodness, okay, quite interesting. There is a hell of a lot going on here, but I think, again, today that is enough. So, once again, on the bottom we have a link. If you're interested in a key, click the link, follow the instructions. The more entries you have, the higher is your chance to actually be the winner of one of the 2 keys that I have available to give away for release day on September 14th at 9 AM PDT. But that is all I have for you today, so if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video and comment down below. And with that I say thank you and peace.